This was the very first time I had met him, and we were already married. At bedtime, I sat on the edge of the bed, frozen with fear. I suffer from urinary incontinence, and I had just accidentally wet the sheets. I huddled in the corner, terrified that he would beat me as my brother used to do. But when he discovered what had happened, he wasn't angry. He silently stoked the fire to make it burn brighter, then lay down with his back to me. I leaned against the bedside, drying my soaked trousers by the warmth of the flames, and eventually drifted off to sleep. For the first time in my life, I wasn't met with curses and screams after an accident. My name is Annie. My parents passed away when I was very young, and I had lived in my brother's house ever since. There, I was frequently beaten and abused, which not only left me with a permanent disability, but also rendered me infertile and caused my chronic incontinence. Years of oppression left me with a profound lack of security and a deep-seated wariness of strangers. It wasn't until I met Mike, a man whose fate mirrored my own, that I saw a flicker of light in my life. Mike's history was strikingly similar to mine. He, too, lost his parents early and lived as a dependent in his third brother's house. In his brother's eyes, he was no different from a donkey. If he wanted to eat, he had to work without ceasing. The donkey lived in a shed, and Mike lived right beside it, in a shack that let in the wind when it blew and the rain when it fell. It wasn't until his brother's son was preparing to get married that they decided Mike was an eyesore and kicked him out. The two of us, abandoned by the world, were brought together by a matchmaker. The matchmaker praised us as a match made in heaven, but I knew the truth. We were simply two unwanted people huddling together to survive.